makita ng administrator, hindi niya alam kung magkano yung property dun sa lugar nila.
We will report right away, Mr. Chair.
Magkano yung business tax nila na binabayad? Administrator. Kayo bang pumipirma ng business permit o si Mayor po?
Si Mayor po.
Oo. Kasi pwede rin pumirma administrator ng business permit eh.
Right.
Pero yung pagsingil po ng business tax, alam niyo ho yan.
Opo. Actually,
So itong facility na to, magkano business tax na binayad niya?
Mr.
For the past
Chair,
several years.
Mr. Chair, ang Lucky South 99 po, ang declaration po nila, no operation po sila. So wala po silang revenue na nire-report.
Ano sila, walang ano?
Meron po silang certification of no revenue, no operation po.
Naniniwala tayo sa kalokohan na yun?
This is, sir, actually po, nagbigay po sila ng BIR returns po nila.
We were not born yesterday. We will remind you. We will remind you to tell the truth. The members of the Committee on Public Order are still here.
Yes, Mr.
They
Chair.
might cite you in contempt.
Mr. Chair, I am speaking based on records po. Mr. Chair.
Wala ka nga record na pinapakita, hinihingi namin. Sabi mo, wala, hindi mo alam eh.
Mr. Chair,
Asan ang record nung non-payment, non-revenue?
Mr. Chair, right now po, wala po akong copy ng BIR records nila. But according to our BPLO records, wala po silang dinideclare na revenue.
Grabe, ang laki-laki na establishment
And
doon.
then, Mr. Chair, regarding din po dun sa collection po ng local taxes based po sa RA 11590, ang binabayaran po nila is a 5% gross on the gross in lieu of all local taxes. So, ang bayad po ng mga pogo natin ay sa national government po. So, this is one of the reasons po, if we may, that actually po, in the beginning, the reason why the LGU issued the letter of no objection, Mr. Chair, was for economic
admin.
benefit.
Okay,
Opo.
I understand that the licenses are being paid by the POGO owners sa PAGCOR. Kayo, ang binabayaran sa inyo is yung business permit, construction permit, and any other permits that was being issued by the LGU. Doon sa lahat ng mga establishment that were constructed and given permits, how much were collected by the LGU?
From a recollection po is around 8 million po, including po yung real property tax. Actually, Mr. Chair, just to clarify, kasi nabanggit po kanina yung pangalan ng Whirlwind Corporation, noon pong discussion po kanina with PAGCOR. Whirlwind Corporation po is a realty corporation that is registered in the municipality of Porac. So hindi po siya, it is not a license, it is not a POGO license.
Okay, before you proceed,
Yes.
Congressman Gomez, the chair would like to allow Congressman Acop to interject.
Please, by all means, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mayor, I think when you were in the Senate, tinanong ka rin itong tanong na ito kung magkano yung binabayad. Di po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang sagot mo dun sa Senate is 6.5 million over the years. Tama rin po ba? It's on record. Gusto mo ipasomon
Yes.
ko yung records ng Senate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Totoo. Now, yung 6.5, how many years yun? Over the years, sagot po ninyo
Over the years po.
Yes. Ilang taon yun, yung 6.5 million? Para makompute namin kung ilan, magkano sa isang taon. Kasi ang sagot po ninyo, over the years
From the time they started the
And when was that?
operation. 2019, Your Honor.
So 2019 hanggang tumigil siya dahil hindi nyo binigyan ng license, hindi nabigyan ng license ng 2024, supposed to be up to 2023.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung 6.5 million na yun, ano pong coverage nun?
The
Real property tax?
some are real property tax, some are building permit, occupancy permit, Your Honor.
Kasi you have to pay tax on the buildings constructed, di po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. So, ang total nun is 6.5 million.
Opo, Your Honor.
Oh, sinabi po nga nyo sa hearing na yon that the amount is minimal and did not contribute strategically or maximally doon sa sinasabi po ninyo na pag-asenso ng inyong lugar na Porac. Di po ba? Yun po ang sagot nyo sa Senate, if I remember it right.
Opo, Your Honor.
No. So, that's the... Your Honor, yun po yung binabayad talaga, 6.5 over the years.
Okay, medyo naklaro na natin yan, no? I understand that the PAGCOR receive the big amount on the, what do you call that? The registration, the $100,000, and then the performance bond of $300,000, di ba? And these are being received by the PAGCOR, no? But there's no denying still that yung committed na, but going back to what we're talking about, yung committed illegal activities, no, pertaining to the much more revenue coming from the different scams that were committed inside the hub, yun po yung ating babalikan. Anyway, Congressman Gomez, you still have the floor, and reminding you that you still have like 1 minute and 17 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ginamit niya yung oras ko eh.
Hindi counted yun, brother. Hindi counted yun.
Tanongin ko lang sa yung mga local officials natin, both Porac and Bamban. Ang daming ang daming pananakit na nangyari, ang daming tortures na nangyari. Alam niyo ba kung ilan yung namatay sa inyo?
On our part, Your Honor, wala pong hindi po namin alam.
Sa inyo po, sa Bamban.
Your Honor, wala rin po akong alam na kung meron namatayan.
Ako, hindi ako taga inyo, pero alam ko kung ilan namatay sa inyo eh. 63.
Sa Bambam po.
Pero hindi ko nare-report.
Dami, no?
Kasi, pag mayor ka, alam mo lahat ng nangyayari.
I-verify natin po. I-verify natin. Kasi ako po ay last June 4 doon pa lang po naging acting mayor.
So, that's why, important, kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo, ang lakas talaga ng welfare clause na Section 16 ng LGU eh. Pwede kayo pumasok sa any establishment under your area of jurisdiction, area of responsibility. Kung hindi nyo ginagamit yung PNP, at hindi rin alam ng PNP, talaga may problema po sa lugar ninyo. Then the DILG will have to summon you. They will really have to question you for being ineffective sa inyong trabaho as LGU officials. Mabigat ho yun, ha? May torture na nangyayari. Andun nakita, oh. Yung ibang pinakita doon na mga na-torture, namatay na. Hindi nga, namatay sa loob ng compound ng both Bamban and Porac, pero tinapon sa labas. Alam niyo dapat yan. So, Mr. Chair, the social cost is really too high, Mr. Chair, as compared to the benefits that the IGL is giving our country. Ang daming tinatamaan, Mr. Chair, nitong mga pogo, nitong mga IGL na ito. Number one is really the corruption. It corrupts our national government. It corrupts our local government. It corrupts our people. The people in the service. Ang daming illegal activities na nangyayari. It destroys our peace and order situation. Increased criminality, human trafficking. Mr. Chair, mabigat itong problema natin na ito. And a solution must be done. I do not want to say, itigil na natin ito ngayon. But it will really have to be the call of the President whether he wants to stop this or not. It's really his call. On our part, Mr. Chair, we will really have to be kailangan talaga bantayan natin ng gusto ang ginagawa ng lahat ng departamento na ito. Which also involves, itong problema natin, Mr. Chair, because of the doings of the BID, it also involves national security. Sa pababaya ng BID, ang daming nakakapasok dito. Mr. Chair, if you take a close look at intelligence reports, dito lang sa paligid natin, sa Congress, sa paligid natin sa Camp Aguinaldo, sa Camp Crame, ang dami ng mga sleepers, Mr. Chair, na hindi binabantay ng BID. And sleepers are people from other countries that once activated by their country can be formed into a military unit. Ang dami niyan, Mr. Chair. In Cagayan, in Cavite, ang dami ng sleepers dito, Mr. Chair. Kasi ang laking problema natin sa BID eh. They are very much corrupted, Mr. Chair, by what's going on. So, Mr. Chair, let us be more prudent. Kailangan lakasan talaga natin to. And kung kinakailangan natin na i-penalize at parusahan itong mga ahensya na ito, Mr. Chair, so be it. Otherwise, this country, mapupunta lang to sa basura. Thank you so much.